Hey you guys, PJD here. Hope you're all doing well. As I promised, I would come back and give you a demo of this new, well, fairly new product that I picked up from Urban Decay. It's their Skin One and Done, kind of marketed as it's called Naked, right there, sorry. Naked Skin. It's marketed pretty much as a tinted moisturizer type of product. I got it in the deepest shade available, which is deep. There it is there. And you can see right here from the little swatch or color swatch that they have on this label that looks like, no, it's not going to work, but you'll see for yourself whether or not you think this deepest shade actually works for my skin tone. This is priced at 38 bucks, but I got it during the friends and family sale for a bit cheaper. But anyway, 38 is not horrible when you think of the tinted moisturizer range. If you think of like the NARS one or some other brands, this is pretty much priced right around where many of those other tinted moisturizers are. Now I can also tell you that this one claims that it will blur imperfections, so this is not giving you like high level coverage. If you want that, you would have to go with a foundation. This is just kind of like a tinted skin moisturizer, and it actually says on the back, and it's reflective, so I have to like angle this so I can see it properly. It says the best of both worlds. This hybrid complexion cream combines the benefits of a sheer foundation with the coverage of a tinted moisturizer. Now a sheer foundation and a tinted moisturizer to me give roughly the same coverage. It's pretty light, but as this packaging says, it blurs imperfections. I think it does a really good job, and I think this was the best time for me to do this video because, as I mentioned in the haul that I did, I have some hyperpigmentation on my face right now, so you'll be able to see whether or not this 1.3 fluid ounce product is actually going to blur the imperfections. It comes in like a squeezy tube, but it actually has a pump. Okay, so you get the pump. Those who love pumps, you have your pump. And again, 1.3 fluid ounces as opposed to the typical 1 ounce that you would get for a foundation or something like that, I think is pretty good as well. When I got it, I just have to say though that I thought the squeezy tube, it almost felt like nothing was in here or like product had already been dispensed, but no, I guess it's all in there. It just feels like, see how it looks so dented? It kind of came like that. But anyway, the product is in there. You get SPF 20 when you use this product. And it says right there on the front, you may not be able to see because again, it's reflective, but it says Hybrid Complexion Perfector. So here we go. First, I'm going to show you the shade. I typically do 2 pumps, but let me just show you first what 1 pump looks like. That's 1 pump. And look at the color. And let's look at the color in comparison to what they have said is deep. Even that swatch is deeper, right, than what it actually looks like on my hand. And let me show you the hyperpigmentation. Everything over here is pretty much fine, but it was over here. Look at this. Doom, doom. And then here's where it really got bad. This was the end of May. 1, 2, 3. Larry, Moe, and Curly. So we're going to try and cover those jokers. Hate when I have like stuff on my face, like hyperpigmentation, but whatever. Let's see how we can get rid of those bad boys. And this is with 1 pump. Everything I'm doing right now is just going to be 1 pump. And let's see what it looks like. Oh, and I have never, of course you can if you want to, I've never applied this with a brush or anything since I first purchased it. It's all been done with my fingers. So anyway, and I don't use, because I have really combination skin, excessively oily in the T-zone, so I do not put on moisturizer or anything. So my face right now is just bare, no moisturizer, nothing, because I just can't. And this serves, oh, let me come closer so you can see. Okay, so look how it's going in right now. Okay, so you see it right there on my face. Look at the color to my skin tone, right? It looks like it's going to be horribly off, but when I'm all done like rubbing it in, let's see what you think. And look, the blurring of the imperfections, let me try and get that. And you saw with the 1 pump, I really didn't get any over here or anything like that. So let's see what comes of this. Okay, so right now it looks like ashy weird. See, like lighter than my actual complexion, but the darker spots that you have here, slightly blurred. Nothing outstanding though, right? Okay, so now this is where I would go in with my second pump, and you can see it on my face here. Second pump, boom, just one additional pump. So what tinted moisturizers do you guys use for the summer? And I will tell you that I think it does a really nice job of staying on the face, okay? And what I mean by that is there are some products that you can get that, like tinted moisturizers, and they even tell you on the packaging, like, reapply. And I think this one may too. They tell you, like, reapply every, yeah, it says reapply every 2 hours. But honestly, I never do. Even with tinted moisturizers, my NARS one, I never reapply. Whatever I put on in the morning when I'm leaving is just what's on my face. This one, reapply every 2 hours. I do not. I don't reapply at all. So again, whatever is on my face is on my face. Okay, so I'm just rubbing this in, but they do suggest reapplying. Okay, now do I look ghost-like? Okay, so let me get those imperfections over there. And you can see, even with one pump, this was my second pump, but that was a good amount of product. Oh, I didn't do here either yet, right? Neglectful. Good amount of product there. And let's, okay, already, and haven't really fully rubbed it in. But remember, it's not covering it entirely. It's just saying it's blurring imperfections. So let's look. Do you really see those 3 dots that were up here? I mean, I know where they are right there. I can see that one. There. But it's blurred. I mean, it really does a nice job of hiding it. And look at that. These 3 that were down here. So again, it's blurring it. Double chin. Okay, but yeah, it's blurring it. It's not entirely hiding it. But this is it. Okay, now does it look so ashy on my face that I wouldn't be able to go outside like this? Honestly, I think it's okay, and I would maybe I should put on mascara so it looks a little more normal, because I know I got some on my lashes, so it may be appearing even lighter at the lashes. But anywho, this is just so you can see how it looks on the face. And this is my moisturizer, my SPF. And again, I told you it was 20, SPF 20. And this is like an all-in-one. It blurs the imperfections. It doesn't entirely cover them, but I think it does a really nice blur job. I really, really, really do. Now, let me just rub that in a bit more, because I see that against my hairline. So it was looking extra light. And maybe sometimes when I watch this back, I'll see how it looks on my complexion, because sometimes there's a difference when I watch something in the playback as I'm editing versus how it looks in the mirror or whatever else. But anyway, this is the One and Done product from Urban Decay. I don't even know if I said Urban Decay in the beginning, did I? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my face. And I am going to also show you, this is going to be kind of a combo video. Oh, before I even get to this, the other thing that I wanted to say about this product is I think it stays on my face really, really well for the entire day. It really does look like skin, aside for like the shade, a little ashiness that, I mean, sometimes I feel like I look at it and I feel like, it's okay. Then other times I look and I'm like, looks a little ashy, even with the same 2 pumps. So I'm not sure what accounts for the times when it looks a little more ashy versus when it looks quite fine to me. Looking in the viewfinder right now, I'm getting ashiness. If I'm seeing any, it's up here. But the nose part looks normal to me, and over here looks normal. So I don't know, it's maybe me and my finger application. Maybe I do need to use a brush to get a more uniform look, but I'm typically fine with just putting it on with my hands. Seems just fine. I will tell you, some products, and this one is not claiming to be waterproof, but you know how some products claim to be like waterproof and everything? That does not mean that it's sweat proof. So I had this on... Okay, I'm back, sorry. So I had this on one day and it was super, super hot and I was sweating. And right along with that sweat, my Skin One and Done was just rolling off of my face. So even, and that day I believe I had done a little matte work, like, and this doesn't need to be mattified. Look at it on my skin. This is kind of looks like skin. So I don't necessarily need anything to mattify the appearance of this, but I did put this little anti-shine product on it, and still both just running down my face. So don't think that this is one of those products that it's like that waterproof MAC one. Even that waterproof MAC one that was released, what, last summer or the summer prior to that, that foundation as well, which I know I never actually did a full review on it. I remember when it came out, people were kind of like spraying their faces to show that it's waterproof, and fine, it's waterproof, but it's not sweat proof, because when I was running from one place to another location and I had that on, it was dripping right along with everything else. So my sweat coming out of my pores made that makeup run. So anyhow, the same thing will happen with this Skin One and Done. It will be running down your face. So just, you know, keep that in mind. I have been using this Black Up Cosmetics Anti-Shine Powder that they released not long ago. I got it on sale from the makeup show. However, if you're watching this video roughly near the time when I'm actually going to post, or the day I'm filming it, which is, this is the first Saturday in June. I think today's the 4th or something like that. But anyway, they just released an email, Black Up Cosmetics, yesterday, saying that they're giving 30% off, and I'll have the code down below, because they now have a United States version of their website. So you can get 30% off if you use whatever code I'm going to put down there. I'm sure I didn't delete the email or anything. So 30% off is good in case you're interested in this or whatever other product. But anyway, this is the anti-shine product from Black Up. And it looked to me at first like, ooh, you get such a small amount of product, but I've been using this so often, and and my shade is 4/5, and still I have tons left, product left in here. So I'm just going to sprinkle some out, and I'm going to show you how I get even better coverage with this Skin One and Done, because it really does feel, just the product alone, just like this, feels so light on my face. So light. It feels like I'm wearing nothing, like lotion. Like if you would put a moisturizer on in the morning, that's what this feels like. It feels like I have nothing on in my face. So I love that. The coverage, I think, is, look at this, blurred the imperfections. I think the coverage is really good for something especially that feels so light on the face. So yes, I like all those things. But this product, this anti-shine, and I have gone outside just with this Urban Decay, just like this. And again, as I said, you know, I feel like it stays on my face well, unless I'm sweating, and then it comes right on off. But it does a good job of staying on my face. And with me being combination oily, I honestly was expecting this to become like some oily mess on my face. Even though it says it has like a natural kind of like finish, my goodness, it does not become oily and weird on my face. It actually combats my oily T-zone rather well. I was actually surprised by that. If any of you out there have oily skin and you already have purchased this, can you say how that works for you? Even if you don't mattify or don't blot or mattify, can you speak to how this works for you? And maybe it was just, you know, I don't know. I don't want to think it was a fluke, because it happened more than once where I had this out without putting on the anti-shine or anything on top. And, you know, it still stayed on my face like the whole day until I washed it off without it looking weird in my oily T-zone. So I don't know. I like that about this product as well. Oh, and they claim that this will make your skin even better. It's supposed to improve the radiance of your skin after 8 weeks of wear. And I haven't even had it that long, so I certainly can't attest to that. But I'm just kind of giving you a little show right now, a little demo, so you see what it looks like on the face. But now I'm just going to show you this little anti-shine powder. And I'm using just this little kabuki that I gotten from e.l.f. It was like, I think, $3 or something like that. Now, I'm just going to show you how this gives me like that extra finishing touch. And I use this, one, because I'm hoping that it will, if it ever wanted to get a little weird in my shiny T-zone, that this will help to combat it. But quite honestly, I don't think this is the most amazing anti-shine product that you can use, because I've used it with other foundations and I have been oily like not long after, especially if it's one of those like glowy foundations, which technically I shouldn't even own. I should not have anything that even says it will remotely make you glow, because I already create my own glow through my oils. But anyway, so this product I don't necessarily think is like the best anti-shine, but I like how finely milled it is and how close it is to my complexion. You'll see once it's on my face that it can just make foundations just blend so it just looks great. So I may even get another one of these during the sale just as a backup, because I do like how well it's milled. But anyhow, so I already have the perfector and everything on my face, right? But now I'm going to put this on. Wait, like, okay, fine. So you see that there? Look at that. It just like brings it even closer, even more so to my complexion. Yes. So what I thought was like that ashiness that I was kind of seeing on the forehead, gone. My complexion now. And now I'm going to take just a bit more and I'll put it around the other areas of my face. Like here. Look at that. Look at that. Like, where are the imperfections? Like, that helped even more. And just swizzling in to get that remaining bit. And this is it. I would just go out just like this. And most days I don't even use the anti-shine, but I, again, just like what I think it does for the color. If anything, I wish Urban Decay would do more with shades. Like, they definitely should expand the shade range, because this being the deepest shade, no, not a good move. Maybe I'll just throw on some, because I am testing out this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I feel like I had a sample of this before or something. But anyway, I'll throw this on and I'll be right back. So I just threw on a little Matte Love by Milani Cosmetics. That's the lip color I'm wearing. And this Too Faced mascara. And that's it. I looked in the mirror though, and I did feel a little ashy looking still, which is weird because it normally looks so nice to me. But anyway, I'm going to see how this translates on camera. But I would walk out of the house just like this. I do like this Urban Decay One and Done. Again, final thoughts. The price point I think is fine. It stays on really nicely all day. It is able to combat my super oily T-zone without any powder or anything. I just mean the product itself. It does a nice job. Not the best job I've ever seen in life, but it's, especially for it being as light as it is, it's weird that my skin doesn't look like an oil slick within an hour, but it doesn't. So that's refreshing. Of course, they just need more shades available in their range, but I do like the formula, and hopefully I do see more radiant skin after 8 weeks. Not that I'm going to be using this exclusively for 8 weeks, so maybe I'm not the good person to test that portion of it. But anyway, I never really came closer, right, after I put the powder on. Look at that. Then even more so. You don't see it, like I see these but over here, but those were the lighter ones anyway. But I still think it did a nice job of blurring it, because again, this is not like some full coverage, this is not medium coverage. They even actually describe it as sheer foundation, right? So boom, for sheer, I think that did a really great job, because these dark spots at the bottom, these were the newest ones, so they are the deepest. The other ones are going away. But yeah, so this is it. If you've used this product or you're interested in it, or there are some other maybe summertime tinted moisturizers that you're interested in, do let me know. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.